Welcome in, everybody, to the Eastern European DPC Division 2 once again. And yes, I am back. You have to put up with me for another couple of days. That is the bad news that Suns fan was talking about. Getting into this first series, though, it is going to be HF versus Rise. And Rise had a bit of a surprise yesterday for at least me when I was watching them in another tournament, coming through and having a great series up against Into the Breach. And say what you want about them, but they are a tough opponent. And Rise bowled them over. Absolutely bowled them over in spectacular fashion. So Rise, maybe a bit of a confidence boost coming into this match. Excuse me, up against HF. And again, the players on Rise, we've got Danoz, Rick, Dodrin, Blizzy, Arrow, and Black Archangel. Players that have been around for a good long while in the Division 2 scene, those smaller tournaments, building themselves up. And they are going to be looking to make a push here up against HF, especially after going down 2-1 against YNT on the 31st. They did put a shift in, but letting YNT have the Lina not once, but twice did cost them. The first time they came up against it with the Weaver, the Centaur, the Batrider, as well as the Clock and the Rubik, it looked like a good lineup, but that was because, maybe that YNT weren't expecting that Weaver to come out and weren't prepared. And in the end, the third game, they got the Lina again on YNT. Rise, they went for that Weaver the second time. It just didn't pay off. And YNT ended up taking that series 2-1. So Rise, again, looking really comfortable yesterday, looking for a victory here to get them off the board and get them off the mark. Getting into this. Meanwhile, HF, this is, I think, the only team that we've not seen play. I'm questioning as if, maybe someone else has cast it. I'm the only one that's casted Division 2 so far. Hurry will be taking over on Monday for the final game, and then you'll have Hurry for a few days. But for now, it is just going to be me. And yeah, HF so far haven't played yet, and their players a little bit lesser known. Proletary I've heard of, Weebian, but the rest of them I'm not 100% sure about. So looking forward to seeing what they're going to bring to the league. And I'm, again, hoping, crossing my fingers here, that we're going to see some more picks out of the ordinary. Maybe Rise, they do go for that Weaver again. They try and pull something out of the bag, something that they are going to be comfortable with
Team ban. Dire team
and
ban.
bring into the meta. At the minute, though, the Beastmaster and the Batrider being banned out, that could mean, well, it is going to mean that either the Rubik or the Treant, maybe even potentially the Lina gets through here, depending on what Rise want to ban, because HF do have first pick.
Remaining.
So they could potentially, if the Lina's not banned here, Rise, they're having a good think about this, whether they think HF will go straight for it and how they're going to try and deal with it if it does come out. So what a Rise... You've got to ban it, right?
Team pick.
No, they banned the Lycan. Okay, it's there, HF. It is on a plate for you if you want it here. Lina pick coming through. It's not an instant lock-in, though. HF may be surprised that the hero did get through. I mean, they ban out the Beast as well as the Bat, so maybe expecting Rise to take away the Lina so they could pick up the Rubik and the tree. But, or Rubik or the tree.
Remaining.
As they do only have first pick and not the next two.
Dire
so
team
HF,
pick.
Yeah, go straight in for the Lina. Anyone surprised? Hands up? No? No one? No. As Rise, they can go for the Rubik and the tree combo. Yeah, coming through. But HF, if they want here, they should, excuse me, probably go for the Clockwork. Offers the Lina a lot of protection in the lane. Great at initiating the fights.
10 seconds
Locking
remaining.
heroes down as well. That short space, the small space with the cogs.
5 seconds remaining.
So what's it going to be here, HF? Again, thinking about it, but for me, if you are picking up the Lina, you do... They actually go for the Undying. Okay.
Dire team ban.
So no, it does have an area of denial with the Tombstone being dropped. That is a chore to get through if you're on the side of Rise, especially because they don't have any quick right clickers at the minute. They could still go for the Snapfire in one of the core roles if they want to, because we've seen that getting a lot more popular in the Eastern European region, either the mid lane or the off lane. You know, either one, it does work with that hero. Ursa being banned because of
5
the overpower
seconds
coming through. Yeah, just
remaining.
being able to rip through that tombstone. But then, never mind. Rubik, it doesn't matter if he steals the tombstone because Alina, one of the quickest attackers in the game when you get those Fiery Soul stacks. So even if the Rubik does steal the tombstone, if the Lena's still alive, it's just going to be
Radiant
easy
team
to shred
ban.
through. So yeah, Rise probably looking here to ban out those body block heroes like the Pangolier that can run on the front lines. Potentially the Clockwork to go out there as well. Tinies as well.
10
That can
seconds
just dive in,
remaining.
sit at the front, get a lot of disruption out.
5 seconds remaining.
So we'll see what else they want to ban as HF.
Dire team ban.
Take away the sniper. So yeah, taking away those ranged heroes to go with the tree, because the tree plus 1 ranged carry, really effective in the minute, and the sniper, a good answer to the Lina as well. The Lina can't regen up if you can't right-click the hero. Well, I suppose when the Satanic's out, you know, you regen up. But
10
yeah, the
seconds
sniper being able to do
remaining.
the damage from a distance on the Lina, it doesn't really matter. Because if you
5
can't close a
seconds
gap, which when you've
remaining.
got the Hurricane Pike coming out, when you've got the Concussive Grenade coming out, it is really hard for even the Lina to get on top of the sniper. So, sniper being taken away. I wonder if they take the Drow away as well.
Radiant
Because
team ban.
they ban the Snapfire themselves? I would have thought they wanted to pick that. To deal with the Tombstone. I wonder what their answer's going to be then. So yeah, HF
10 seconds remaining.
could pay the respect ban here for the Weaver.
5
Because again,
seconds
Dinosaric
remaining.
got that first game against the Lina. And it did look really good up against Y&T. So whether they're going to try and pull this out the bag here as
Dire
well,
team
Rise.
ban.
And they banned the Ember Spirit out. Good lockdown from a distance. Massive amounts. I think the Ember Spirit has been doing the most out every game the Ember Spirit we've seen. You know, he does end up finishing like
10
top 3 in
seconds
terms of damage.
remaining.
A lot of the times DPS done in a match does go to the
5
Ember Spirit
seconds
at that top
remaining.
slot. So Rise. What else do they want to be banning out? Mid lane wise, they could ban out. I mean, again, I think something like the Tiny or the Tusk that has a lot of lockdown potential can sit on the front lines and, you know, has that dive potential as well. The blink coming out for the Tiny, the snowball into the ice shards that comes out for the Tusk. It's just a really nice hero that gets a lot of lockdown that the Lina can really thrive on. So I
Dire
wouldn't be
team
surprised if they
pick.
ban out the Doom. So maybe they do go for the
Radiant
Weaver.
team pick.
How could I forget about the Death Prophet? Yeah, mid lane, it could even be the off lane DP. Still don't
Radiant
have an
Dire
answer for the
team.
Tombstone just yet. But yeah, there's the Tiny gonna come out for HF.
I speak for the trees.
And the Prophet. So that's your early push potential there. Coming out from HF when they want to look for map objectives while the Lina looks to the farm in the jungle for the first, I don't know, 15 minutes or so.
10 seconds remaining.
HF going to be able to use that Nature's Prophet to push in. And with the Treants
5
being
seconds
a lot
remaining.
shorter cooldown than the Exorcism, if this is going to be trying to trade these off the Nature's Prophet push versus the Death Prophet push, you know, the Nature's Prophet is going to profit from these tower pushes here. So Rise, again, would just like to see something with a decent amount of attack speed to deal with the Tombstone, to try and out damage the Lina in the fights. Maybe, Terrorblade, maybe? Because even when the Lena's doing a whole lot of damage, you know, as long as you're not
Radiant
locked down,
team
you should
ban.
still be able to get that Sunder off. If you go for the Centaur, so it is going to be the Rubik as well as the Centaur combo in the off lane, really deadly. Really deadly off lane to come through. And if they do get the Lina caught out with the telekinesis around level 3, level 4, the Fade Bolt's flying out into the Centaur Stomp with the double edge as
10
well.
seconds remaining.
They can get on top of the Lina. In fact, at level 6, when that Stampede starts to roll as well, they can
5
chase the Lina
seconds
down
remaining.
and get some good kills off. And looking through now. Again, what do Rise want to go for as carry? Dino is comfortable. Like I say, he's comfortable on the Weaver, but maybe he's got something else up his sleeve to come through this. And yeah, HF. It is going to be the mid Death Prophet as well. So HF just looking to ban out carries. I still don't think Drow would be that bad. Multi-shot deals with the treants. Yeah, so they ban out the Weaver. They do pay that respect ban here. Over onto Donozoric. Morphlin as well. Wouldn't be too bad.
Radiant team ban.
Quick attack speed deals with that tombstone quite nicely. Gets the morph off. Oh, who would you actually morph into? Probably the Lena herself for the control, the lockdown.
10 seconds remaining.
Being able to steal the stats from the Lena as well if you go towards that
5
Aghanim
seconds
Scepter.
remaining.
So yeah, I actually
Dire
wouldn't mind that.
ban.
They ban out the Slark though. I don't know, Dream Protector and Slark. It's risky.
Radiant team pick.
So yeah, they ban out the Viper. And HF, what's this going to be, a mid laner left to pick up against the Death Prophet? Maybe something like the Zeus. Now, if it's the mid Tiny, you could still go for Zeus position 4, put the Undyne in position 5 there.
10 seconds
because
remaining.
he doesn't really need a whole lot of items to get bursty once he gets the Thunder God's Wrath up. It does take him, obviously, a little bit longer if he's playing that support role to find the experience for the spells to spam out against the Death Prophet. So HF. I mean, they've got plenty of reserve time left here as well to think about this final pick. Don't have to rush into this. The Tiny in the mid lane up against the Death Prophet as well. It's not really great for the Tiny. Yes, you can do a decent amount of burst with the Avatos, but the Death Prophet, once he starts to stack that Spirit Siphon early on, it just becomes really hard to get the kill. If the initial Avatos burst doesn't kill her, and that's the thing as well, that the Undyne isn't really a rotating support. Wants to sit on the lane, spam out the decay stacks, make life a pain in the ass for the Centaur. So I would rather see, I guess, the Tiny is the 4 and rotating into the mid lane, trying to make life hard for the Death Prophet, and HF pick up something like... What else have we seen? I mean, Keeper of the Light's been banned there as well. Viper's gone. So a lot of damage. Scardy Builder on the Viper as well. Could help mess with Death Prophet. So HF... What is going to be this final pick? They had, I mean, I said they had a lot of reserve time, but I'm a long way through it. Okay. So another bit of lockdown. And why didn't I think of this? We've seen Hoodwink in every series so far, I'm pretty sure, in Division 2. But yeah, so Tiny going to be able to get the Avatos off. Hoodwink could come in with a Bushwhack. Sharpshooter as well. A decent amount of burst. So I am expecting it to be the Tiny mid and a Spectre. Okay. Don't know if I like this. I suppose it does mean that you can get on top of the Lena. But the Spectres, it depends what the build's going to be. Because I think the build at the minute for Spectres is Blade Mailers and Aghanim Scepters. So you're not really looking for that quick jump in, burst a hero in, burst of support, and then get yourself out. Just... If Rise can buy Donozoric time, I don't mind this as long as you do find a way to keep on top of the Lena. And Death Prophet's building into Hexes is a way. Centaur being able to get the blink, the jump in with the stomp. It isn't... They do have the lockdown. They have that potential here, Rise. As we are just waiting. Oh, Tiny gets his hero picked up. Toshi B there. Yeah, picking it up. So it is going to be the position 2 Tiny with Weebian on the Hoodwink on that position 4. And after Rise completely tearing apart into the breach yesterday. I think I'm going to back Rise. Even though, you know, they let the Lina through, they're thinking they have a plan against it. Spectre could be a good pick. But I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be Rise. HF, we've not seen them play just yet, so they could come in, be major surprises coming into this series. Because there is not a lot of data on this team just yet, but Rise for the minute, until this first game's over and I can get some eyes on into HF, for the minute, Rise is my pick for this game number 1. But I'm still not sure about the Spectre up against the Lina. I suppose you have to look at it, you know, that's looking at it in a vacuum. We'll see as we get into the game where it's going to go. But before we get into the game, guys, we are going to be taking a quick word from our sponsors over at EGB. So here's the vid. Check it out.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system, welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
Welcome back, and yeah, getting into this first game, some polite words between the two teams. You know, the good luck, have funs are going, and we'll see again HF how they get themselves into this, because they should have a really nice power spike coming into the fights. You know, it might be a confidence boost with this Lina coming out, and we'll see what they're going to be able to do. Meanwhile, Donosric and Dodrin just hanging around, dancing in the mid lane, and you can see that they're not going for the invader as well. The ward is already down, so they see these trees being taken care of in the top lane as HF just move themselves back. Every team now knowing that you do deal with those trees in the lane as the tree protector comes out, and the odds Rise favorites, but not by a whole lot. You know, it's not a overwhelming like 9-1 that some series have been in Division 1, something like that. You know, both teams, it is close. So it looking like it is going to come down to team performance here with the teams coming out. And Johnny, how's he looking? Going to go for the 3. He's already got the 1 as well. So the 3 branches as well as the 1 to come out here. So looking for that early sustain, that early... I suppose he's got the tangos. No, he doesn't. And Dine doesn't have the tangos to pass over either. So he is going to be relying on the tangos to come out on the courier, which we see on the screen. As the Undying ferrying out more mangoes. Because if there's something an Undying needs, it is the mangoes. Fade Bolt spam already going to start here up against Shani. Shani's going to be careful about that coming through as well. Once that does, again, level 2, level 3 on that Fade Bolt. It is going to be hard for the Lina to get the harass off. So we'll see how this lane is going to go. And already, in fact, ooh, arrow coming through. Maybe trying to hunt some couriers as the ward does go down this time. At least this time he's going to get the block off. Creeps coming through the camp as well. So the block on both sides, it seems. So no camp pulls just yet. Zoe with the body blocks, but Arrow is waiting here. Zoe, he can just carry on stacking out the decays onto Arrow. And Arrow's going to be taking a lot of damage from this. But now Blizzy's going to be close. So Zoe, you've got to be careful, mate. The Centaur won't actually go for it. He went for Stomp level 1. So at least if Zoe keeps his distance, shouldn't be caught out. Meanwhile, top lane, Archangel going to be taking some harass coming through here. Donosric using all of his mana to get these daggers off. But Proletaria, God, I always have trouble with his name. Proletaria, he's going to be able to throw out the harass. Weebium as well. Did he? Okay, they both didn't start with the Blightstone. Nature's Prophet actually going for the Robe of the Magi, which will stack up the right-click damage. As long as Weeby can get that Blightstone off, really going to be able to throw the damage through here from Pro. Up against an Osric. And the Spectre. Goddamn, starting with 9 mangoes. But it is going to be straight into that Blade Mail. Mid lane. How's Toshibi looking? Dodrin's level 3, so 2 points into the Crypt Swarm. Actually prioritizing the Crypt Swarm here on the Death Prophet against Toshibi in the mid lane. I guess just to secure those last hits on the range creeps. And maybe not expecting a whole lot of harasses bottom lane. Yeah, looking pretty even. back on the top. Trees are starting to grow back in. So Treant has that environment to walk himself through now, but the little Treants coming through from Pro is trying to get harassing. And again, Denozric, he's sitting on those 9 mangoes, so he is going to be able to throw the Spectral Daggers and get the harass off. Going for the dispersion there as well, so any damage coming through from those Treants from Pro are going to be reflected right back. And Archangel, yeah, the Bushwhack came out, and Archangel, he just shrugs it off. Dagger onto Pro, but Pro's gonna be fine. Just some harass damage coming through. And again, Denozric, bottom lane. Oh, the Stomp comes out. Do they have the damage to get the kill onto the Lina? Zanny, though, he gets that LSA onto the Centaur. So both sides gonna be taking some harass. Tombstone gets dropped here now as well, and the Centaur can't come forward onto this. And this is why I was looking at more maybe the Snapfire for the off lane on the side of Rise, which they ban out themselves, just to deal with this Tombstone in the lane. But yeah, you can see that Lina using the branches and the tangos that were being passed over from Zoe, just to get that regen out. Blizzy, he wants to come in close. Got to be careful, trying to get the pull through, and just stay close here to the stairs. So if he does get gone on, there is a way out for him. Yeah, just looking for the Storm to finish off. In fact, he lands onto the Undying as well. Undying taken with the Decay, doing a lot of damage here. So Blizzy has to run himself back on the top lane. How's Pro looking? Going straight for the Witchblade. The power treads into the Witchblade, it looks like. And yeah, with Denozric building into the Blade Mail early on, he's going to get some damage out. But it looks like he's not gearing up to be that quick. You know, with the Diffusal Blade, there's the Bushwhack on top of him. Denozric going to be taking a lot of damage just from the right clicks and from the harass coming out from Weebian. Yeah, with the Blade Mail coming out, he's not looking for those quick ganks, you know, haunt in at level 6, get the diffusal slow off, and chase the support down. He is just looking to protect himself a little bit more. So at least he's got himself the broadsword, well on his way to getting the Blade Mail out here, which will stack up as well with the dispersion damage. Oh. Bushwhack though, the dagger comes out. Weebian, level 3, so he doesn't have that scurry. Gonna use the Acorn shot. And Denozric, well, he's gonna be taking some damage coming through here now as well. Dispersion comes out, but at least Weebian's gonna be able to get himself away. He even pops that salve yet, so he's gonna be back pretty much full health as Denozric doesn't have the dagger to throw out just yet, and the salve will complete before that does come through. So he should be rotating off. How is he doing in terms of last hits? 28 to 35, so about 7 behind, but 7 denies coming through from Dodrin here as well in the mid lane. So net worth wise, yeah, he is falling behind the Death Prophet, and it is a little bit hard. I mean, Exorcism's going to be popped. Did he want to be coming in? Rubik, he did rotate in, but there's going to be an Undying here now as well. So, did he want to push it onto the tower with the siege creep being here? Zoe though, trying to do what he can to do the damage. Stop this. Both supports from the side of Rise. Well, both supports from both sides rotating in onto this with the Exorcism going. Let's see what they can do. Catapult damage coming through now as well. Going to get the telekinesis off. There is going to be the toss coming through into the Bushwhack. And Dodrin just carries on going. The Tombstone this time will be dealt with. And Dodrin picks up that extra gold Exorcism damage onto the tier 1 tower. Fortification got used and it still goes down to below half health. So really nice pickup there. And Dodrin even gets the bottle onto the Arcane Rune. Maybe you would have wanted that before the Exorcism started, but beggars can't be choosers. And not really, is it? It's a beggar. I mean, he gets the ward. He gets it free. Arrow does save it. Even drops a tango for him, though. Or just drops a tango. It's Toshibi rotating down. Avalanche, it connects. And Blizzy, this is going to be the first blood. Stomp comes out. But yeah, Shani with the right clicks. He's going to be able to pick up that first blood. Great there for the Lina. He's going to be able to get towards. Already has the Falcon's Blade. So any boosts in gold is good for the Lina. I mean, it's good for anyone, but with how scary the Lina looks at the minute, you know, those boosts are going to be quite nice for Pijani here sitting in the lane. Top lane though, Archangel going to be taking a lot of damage. Does he get chased down? He does. And Pro gets the kill.
I cut you down.
Bottom lane, Arrow coming up to Zoe. But meanwhile in the mid lane, look at this tier 1 tower. How low it is getting here from Dodrin. With this Arcane Rune, I mean, Exorcism's back up in 45. And with that, Shani's going to be able to get the pull through, but if that tower goes down, it does open up the Death Prophet to start to roam and put pressure on other lanes. Because Toshibi, it takes a little bit longer to take a tower. Yeah, and Dodrin, he might not even... He's not going to even need to use the Exorcism. He's just going to be... TP comes into the mid lane, so they want this gank onto Dodrin. Dodrin, though, with the 3 points into the Spirit Siphon. Rubik rotated in now as well. So, Toshibi, do they get it? So he's going to be there. Blizzard might try and close that gap. Has that Vanguard? The Abatos comes through. Gets it onto the Death Prophet. Death Prophet, does he sustain? He doesn't. And they get a quick double kill. The Tombstone being dropped. Can they get the chase down onto Blizzy? Could be slowed down here now as well. The zombies chasing him down, slowing him up. Gets that stomp, but he's still going to be chased out. Avalanche. Toss, 2 seconds. The Bushwhack comes out. Going to be able to close this gap here onto the Centaur. Really good start for HF. Oh, they even find the stacks. This is not good for Rise. I completely accept that I dropped a Caster's Curse on them. The Bushwhack comes out. Trian, what's he going to be able to do here? Arrow, he comes in as well. Exorcism's going to be popped. Can he get this kill? Even the Horn going to be used here. The drag back with the telekinesis to get the kill onto Jani, but can they go for more? Now, so you might just try and turn his back. Just let the Tiny get out alive here as Toshibi. Yeah, he does move himself away. Dodrin. Exorcism's going, though. He wants this tier 1. And he's not going to settle for anything less. So a good couple of kills
Radiant's middle tower is
for the
under
side
attack.
of Rise. But what else can they get from this? Because it is going to cost them the Exorcism for it. And the
Radiant's
Exorcism's
middle
going to be
tower
done.
has fallen.
So Dodrin doesn't want to come too far forward. Jani rotating into the mid lane now as well. And Death Prophet needs to get himself away, but the toss comes through. Arrow going to be taking a lot of damage. Spirit Siphon here. Dodrin, oh, don't you dive too far. Gets the kill onto
Dire's
Weebian.
top tower
And
is
now
under
needs to get
attack.
himself away.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Top lane.
Fires of the wood.
Yeah, Pro trying to do his best to push this one down. But with Treant being here, only the 1 point into the Nature's Grasp, so it's not a massive clear off. And Proletary is going to try and do the damage to this tier 1. Is there going to be any protection being offered onto this here, apart from Archangel's Living Armor? Because these Treants, they are going to be running wild here, and so even rotates up. Archangel just needs to back himself away. These Treants, they're going to be able to take this tier 1.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Easy
Dire's
pick up
top
for Pro.
tower has fallen.
Even through the Living Armor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And, Arrow, not level 6 just yet, so not looking to steal any spells. Denozeric, level 7. So what's it going to be here? It looks like it's just going to be the power treads for the Spectre. Top lane. Weebian doesn't actually find the Acorn Shell. Archangel's going to be away.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
What are they going to do though? I mean, 4 heroes here from the side of HF. Do we just want to carry on applying the pressure, or is it just to take the farm away from the Spectre? It looks like it is just to take the farm away, take this jungle away from the Spectre. Lance of Pursuit is really nice as well. You put it on either... I mean, even Pro can take it. Pro is going to be taking it for now. The extra mana is going to be nice, but the chase down potential, especially with Pro having such a good right-click animation, being able to get that slow off, you know, the Hound, as it is called, to chase heroes down if you TP in, it is a really nice harassment item, and it can result in a couple of kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, the Spectre using the Seeds of Serenity, using that Blade Mail, just to try and get that farm up, get closer to... It is going to be the Hags as well. So yeah, over the bottom lane though, did they get the kill onto the Undying? They have that lockdown, and Zoe, well, not living up to his name just there. The Undying will be taken down. And at least now, I mean... Rotation coming out from Dodrin there as well. We take a look at the net worth, sitting second, about 300 gold behind the Lina, but the Lina's having a great time here, not really being contested, has died the once, but for the most part, no pressure being applied from Rice, and I think this is where teams kind of fall down, that they do give the Lina, you know, they purposely let the Lina through first, and then they don't get aggressive, they sit back, they don't get, I know you need time to farm up your items, farm up some net worth, but just letting the Lina get the free farm like this, when you purposely let it through because you think you have a plan against it, this is how you lose the game. So let's see, Pro just trying to farm through the jungle as well, and again, with Prophet as well as Tiny, all needing big items like the Witchblade, you know, like the Ags, the Blink for the Tiny. It is a very greedy lineup from HF, and they should be, Rise should be the one to try and punish this. For the minute, oh, Dino. Oh, Dino. It's a good job there's no Bloodseeker. Yeah, we'll just be able to head back to the fountain, heal himself up, and maybe get himself involved in a fight or two, because Dodrin, again, has that exorcism. No, I mean, the big thing is there's no anchor point on the side of Rise, past that Centaur Storm, past the Telekinesis, and Centaur doesn't even have the Blink just yet. I might be coming in on the courier, actually. Let's not speak. Where is his courier? Yeah, he does have the Blink Dagger. For some reason, it's not being delivered over to him. I guess he doesn't want to show it off just in case he had the wards. And there it is. It will be delivered. So the Blink does come through for Blizzy. Mid lane. How's Toshi B looking? About 200 gold away from that Blink. So the 3-man smoke coming out from the side of Rise. But you can see that Zoe just playing this body blocker here. They have to go for the massive wraparound. Blizzy though does going to come in. The Blink Stampede's going to be used here. Trying to go for that chase down. Flesh Golem comes out, and Zoe, the canary in the coal mine, will be picked off. But at least Shani gets out alive. And this is what I was talking about. You know, just being able to maybe go for the longer wraparound. But Shani there does just get himself out with no haunting as well to scout out. Shani was able to easily get himself away. Which Spectre wants to be looking for his items. Top lane? Bro. Gonna go for the TP away. How's Treant looking in terms of gold? 1,000. Probably going towards that shard, which, you know, you do see pretty much every Treant, as soon as they get the gold, you know, they start saving up for it around the 10-minute mark. And as soon as the gold is enough, they buy it out. It is pretty much a standard build there for the tree. As Pro, not too far away. Oh, did they catch out? They do. They get the catch out onto the Rubik. The Rubik, he gets caught out. He gets killed off. And Toshi B just doing a really good job of finding him there. That high ground ward, I think, just spotted onto the Rubik. And he had no way to get away. HF, are they going to look for more push? Prophet, how far off the Ags is he? He's got 2 of the 4. So still got 2k gold off. But, you know, if he gets involved with the rest of the team, they do see the TP in now as well. Pro, did want to try and make something happen here. So he's actually going to try and get the chase down onto Archangel. Zoe drops the tombstone, but Archangel with no anchor point once again. Zoe not be able to get the lockdown. The wall just go down though. Sees Blizzy. Backlines to get the kill onto Arrow. Now the chase down. Stampede comes out. Did you want to try and turn this one around? The hold comes through. Are they going to try and hold on top now as well? Chase down onto Toshi B. Toshi, can he get himself away from this one? He's going to be silenced. He's going to be stopped. He's going to be killed off. And they can go for even more. Jani Weebian might be the next target. The pushback comes out, but Dodrin's going to be pretty darn fast here with his haste rune. Chasing down, scurry away from Weebian. Weebian's going to try and go for the TP. Should be able to get it out just in time. Just in time. So in the trees. He's going to go for the TP himself out here. Denozric just completely ignores him.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, top lane. You can see that the exorcism will just fade off, coming back to Dodrin here as Denozric just keeps farming, but that ward is down. Potential gank chance comes through if Nature's Prophet can rally. With the Witchblade, with the Ags, with the... It's going to go for the BKB next, so no quick Orchid to come out for Pro. And yeah, you can see there the chase down. I mean, he had the haste anyway on the Death Prophet. So let's see what they can do here. Bottom lane, Denozric, his shifted lane, wants to go towards the Ags himself. So that Shadow Step, not too far away. Still about 1100 gold, but at the rate that the Spectre can farm, it should into the jungle with stacks and that shouldn't be too far away. He's got his team to back him up. If Toshi B wants to go for a jump, Denozric shows. Is the tree going to be enough to get the protection off? There is an overgrowth available here. Weebian could be in trouble if Black Archangel walks forward. He's going to be able to see the... Oh no, Hoodwink though. The bushwhack comes out. Sharpshooting could be there as well. A lot of damage. Overgrowth going to be used defensively. Toshi B, can he do the damage to the tree? Looking to get himself away from this one. And with the living armor going, they turn it around and they get the kill onto Toshi B. In the trees, though, Archangel looking for the chase down.
Dire's top tower
Yeah,
is under
right on top
attack.
of the squirrel. Is going to see him, just pointing him out. Pings come through, and that's going to be the dagger, which means the Spectre going to be able to move into the trees, get the chase down now as well, and Weebian can't get himself away. Shard coming through from the tree as well, which means he does get that lockdown. Meanwhile, top lane, Zhani, he's got his BKB up, just wants to go straight for the Satanic. Just wants to go straight in for that survivability option, which it does make sense. Pick-off potential from Ryze is there. Zhani just wants to make sure before he goes back for the Silver Edge or the Daedalus or the Hurricane Pike, anything like that, that he is properly protected up, because the dive can come through from the Spectre at any moment. So you can see three-man smoke here from Ryze. Looking to get this rotation off. Not going to be able to find anyone. Exorcism is up.
Dire's
So I wonder
middle
here
tower
if
is under attack.
Ryze... Oh. They do see him. I mean, that's going to be the Invis rune now as well. So yeah, the Shadow Step comes through. Well, it's not the Shadow Step it was. So he does finish off now the BKB for Zhani though. LSA comes through. Do they have enough damage with the Laguna Blade? They do. They're going to be able to get the kill. The double bash hook now as well. Denozric trying to get himself away. Now Zhani chasing the Stomp. It doesn't come out in time. They get the kill on Denozric. The chase down from Dodrin and Lina trying to run himself away. But the damage, it's going to be way too much. Dodrin does get the kill. They lose 3. And they get more from this. So here now as well with the decay stacks. It's going to be 4 heroes dead on the side of Ryze. And HF, they only lose 2. Nature's Prophet even going to be TPing onto this Dodrin. He is a one-man army. But can he get these kills here? Weebium, Spirit Siphon comes out. Bushwhack into the Sprout. They're going to be able to take down Dodrin. Dodrin, does he get himself away from this one? Silence comes out, and Dodrin's going to be regenerated up from the Exorcism. But Weebium TP's in now from Arrow. The Bushwhack, it connects. It's going to stop the Death Prophet in his tracks. So a really good fight for HF, even though Ryze were the ones engaging. The lockdown wasn't enough onto the Lina. It does mean that the 8-second BKB is now the one that the Lina has, 9-second being used. They get the kill onto the Lina there as well, but it costs them so much for that. HF going to take that trade any day of the week. And yeah, you can see that Prophet, he's got that Ags up, going towards the BKB. Not going to be too far away from it there as well. Didn't even need it in that fight. I mean, I suppose the Death Prophet was the only one alive. Oh, the jump comes in. This time they should be able to get the kill. The regen coming through from Zoe, though, isn't going to be up. Zhani, he gets that BKB up once again. They turn the kills around. Another Laguna Blade. The Nozric's just going to be ripped down. Ryze, they can't take down this Lina, and now the Centaur is going to be the next one to fall, even through the Vanguard, even through the Plate Mail. And Ryze can... They can't get any kills. They lose 3. And HF going to be able to go right into the Roche Pit if they want. The sustain from that mech onto Zhani, enough to make him sustainable until he gets the BKB. They even find out Arrow. And once again, Dodrin is the lone survivor. Death Prophet. I mean, Silver Lining and all that, at least he's finding the farm. Weebian, they're coming in, they're hunting. They're going to move into the Roche now, though, HF. With these trains being up, with the Nature's Prophet being able to just send in his mini tanks. Can they contest into this? They might be able to get the kill onto Weebian. The silence comes out, but again, the mech, it just keeps the Hoodwink alive. With the Soul Rip there as well, Weebian. Okay, the illusions move through, but it doesn't matter. The Aegis is already on the deck. The Avatars come through. Exorcism's up. Dodrin this time. At least they get the kill onto the Squirrel. Overgrowth comes out. The Haunt. The damage, though, isn't going to be up again. Zhani doesn't have that BKB for the next 12 seconds, but the Aegis is there, and now he's going to be able to rip through Archangel before he goes down the once. And by the time he comes back up, that BKB is going to be available here. What can they do? They get the stun off. Where's the rest of the control onto the Lina? The Lina, does he want to go for the BKB? Only the Reaver, no Satanic just yet. Zhani, he's going to be controlled, so that is going to be an Aegis fight here. Doshi, he gets caught out as well. So at least... Ryze this time, they force out a buyback. They go full 5-man wipe. Who knew they only needed to give the Aegis up to make that happen? And yeah, an extra couple of seconds. And the Lina has the BKB, so the timing was pinpoint perfect there from Ryze. Able to just find the gap between the two BKBs for the Lina. And they had to respond to that immediately. You know, get those jumps in, get those kills. Otherwise, the Lina gets the BKB off again and would just rip through Rise. Top lane, though. Arrow. Bushwhack comes out. Sharpshooter's going to be the damage onto the TP coming in from the Nature Prophet now as well. Telekinesis. But it doesn't matter. Bro, he gets the kill. Wrath of Nature. Just being able to clean that one up. And Prophet, not too far away from BKB. How far is Lina from the Satanic? Still a ways away. Has the gold for the mask. And the Claymore, it's still gonna be, it's still gonna be a good 1,000 gold or some such way. In fact, I might go for the Claymore first. And yeah, go back to the mask. So the mask, not gonna be too far off. About 700 gold. I assume by the time the courier is back up, would be close to completing there for the Lina. Look at that swing. Rise still have a 77% chance, but looking at the graphs, just straight up and down the mountain.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Trust me, I know
And Rise,
how to handle such power.
just hoping they brought the climbing gear here today to get them over the other side of this. As yeah, Lina, that is going to be gold for the Satanic. Toshibi looking for the farm. What's he going to be able to find? Weeby in there as well. In terms of items, he's got that blink, so the quick engage to come through. And then just wards to be dropped. Speaking about being dropped, Centaur just has to go for that blink away. Toshibi was close. If Weebian gets off a Bushwhack there, that Centaur could go down. Tiny. I wonder if... I mean, it's gonna be the Echo Saber to come out. But I wonder if he splits that up and just goes back for the BKB, or if he wants to keep that Echo Saber for the burst damage. Because the quicker you can take something like this back to down, the Death Prophet down, it gets a lot harder, obviously, in the fights, because they're just going to be putting out a lot of sustained damage between the two of them. Spectre not going to be hard, wants to go for the Manta style. Smoke coming out now from HF. Let's see where they can go with this and who they're going to catch out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay. Smoke through the Dire Jungle. But they ain't going to find Naut. Yeah, no one's here. Lina has that Satanic out, so if the fight does break out, as long as she isn't being controlled up, I mean, she's got the 7 second BKB. So, does have some protection on her side with the Tiny being there as well with the blinking. The Mech and the Soul Rip. Mech and Soul Rip is doing so much heavy lifting, keeping the side of HF alive. Yeah, Smoke is going to wear off. Not going to find anyone. Nature's Prophet, as we can see on the top bar, does have his BKB up now. Gets the kill into Arrow as well. Arrow not expecting that. I definitely wasn't expecting that. Arrow not expecting that. So Pro just able to rotate in, get that kill. And that's what happens when you have a global just TP from nowhere. You can get the Wrath of Nature down for the root, stop any TPs, anything like that. And the burst damage that comes through from the Nature's Prophet, look at his damage already. Hitting, what's that, over 200, 212? Before
Radiant's
reduction.
bottom tower is under
Unless
attack.
my maths isn't correct, which it most often isn't. And yeah, then a quick burst from the Wrath of Nature to get the lockdown, to get that extra damage. And all of a sudden, HF, once again, going to be able to apply pressure to towers. And applying it to this tier 2 tower in the top lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's
So
structures
the Rick.
are fortified.
Does he want to come in
Radiant's
to
bottom
defend with the
tower
rest of his
is
team? It
under
actually
attack.
looks like they might just try and contest on the bottom lane here. Tier 2 maybe for a tier 2. Will they get the lockdown? No. The Stomp comes out. The Sharpshooter. Centaur with a get down, Mr. President, and Dodrin. He's not going to be taking any of this damage. He's a Stampede to get them away. So at least he forced back the pressure from the tier 2 on the top lane. And actually no damage because of the living armor onto the Dire top 2, tier 2. Meanwhile, the tier 2 on the bottom lane did take a decent amount. Archangel, you've got to lumber yourself away from this one, mate. Arrow. Oh no, not again. Arrow going for that TP, but the avalanche comes through. And they're going to be able to get the kill onto the Rubik. Yeah, no shard. If he'd have had the shard there, well, she actually buys up the blink dagger first, but if he had the shard, he could have gone into the Roche pit, telekinesed himself over the wall, and just been able to get himself away from that. But as it stands, just not able. Yeah, the blink would have been able to get him away there too. But he walks himself into a cul-de-sac and he just gets punished for it. How's Blizzy looking? Blizzy going towards the halberd. That is going to be really nice up against the Lina bottom lane, though. There is good rotation. The Ghost Flash comes through. It keeps him in mid-air like some sort of balloon here in the center. Or is he the pop like one? The mech comes through the sword, trying to keep the Nature's Prophet alive, and Toshi B alive there as well with the exorcism. Proletary using the BKB to do get the kill to Toshi B, and now the Haunt comes out. So we have to try and turn this one around so he can get himself away from this one. He gets taken down. Weebian's going to get pretty darn low now as well. So the BKB weren't off for Proletary. The Shani's going to get in. We get the kill onto the Laguna Blades, and the immediate revenge onto Archangel. There's at least the two cores on the side of Rise get themselves out of danger. And it's not a bad trade there as well. Taking down a mid laner as support for your position 5. Rise is going to be super happy with that. The Nosric shadow steps up in a few seconds there as well. This Pro just continues to push out this bottom lane. Is looking for the... I mean, I say looking for the tier 1. Nosric can just rotate right up to him. It's Pro. TP top lane, chase down though. They might be able to get the kill into Weebian. Weebian can get himself away from this one. The shadow step comes out immediately. The Nosric gets the pop. He wants telekinesis. Rubik. He stole the toss. Forstaff comes out with the tree. Oh, it disconnects. With that blink away. So not going to be able to get the pick off there. And Shani, Shoei, Toshi B looking for a rotation. Find anything to do with this as Rise, they are starting to stack up.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, Roche, it is going to be a long one. So let's see what they can do. This ward as well on the high ground, it will spot out. Toshibi and Zoe are going to be seen here. TP into the mid lane. Does the Prophet want to be coming in the back lines now as well? What can he do with this? He's completed onto the TP. They get the root down. Death Prophet doesn't have the BKB. Going to be taking so much damage now. So the silence. Still going to have to get the kill. Arrow. He gets taken down there as well. So what can he do with this here?
I'm not opposed to taking the occasional bounty.
It's Pro looking to get the push in, and with these two heroes dead,
Maybe my finger got twitchy.
Prophet, the TP up to the top lane, chase down onto Archangel. Archangel, can he get himself away from this? He needs to. I mean, he wants that blink dagger. So yeah, just going to go for the TP away. Really nice pick up though from the side of HF. Oh, did he actually pick up the gem? He does. Blizzy snipes that gem. Oh, that is proper cheeky though from the Centaur. Spectre. Moonshot? I guess with the BKBs being out, he just wants to put out as much physical damage as he can get here, Spectre. Elven Tunic's to be nice as well when he starts to look for the last hits. Excuse me, when he looks... Well, the last hits on the Lina, I guess we can call it. But yeah, Roche, Scan comes out from the side of Rise. They know that there's at least a couple of heroes around the Roche pit. Not contesting into it just yet. I mean, Roche isn't going to be up for the next 18 seconds at least anyway. And do they just let this one go?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think you have to contest into this. Yeah, Roche is going to be still 5 seconds away, but I think the smoke's coming out. The draw in the battle lines here, though, HF, this is one you want to try and guard. Well, here's making a move. Stampede comes in. Who did he get on top of? They're going to be immediately able to blow up onto the Undying. That's going to be great for survivability because Laguna Blade, though, onto the Death Prophet. Death Prophet going to get himself away from this one. He's going to be broken. Even with the exorcism going, the damage is just way too much. And that is going to be the death. Do they have the lockdown now onto the Lina? Lina already used the BKB. Even through the Sprout, though, the damage comes out. They take down 3, and the Lina's gone down. Can he go for more now? The Nature's Grasp onto Pro. Pro, can he get himself away from this one? The Blink, the Stomp. They've got the Prophet. And the buyback from Toshi B. it's not going to come to anything. And now if he goes down, no buyback for the next, what, 7.5 minutes. If he gets taken down, it's going to be bonkers. He's going to be down for, what, about 100 seconds? When every buyback could count for HF, this might be a major issue. So, Archangel, he's going to be tanking the road for a little bit. And who takes the shard here? Do you give it over? It's still going to be in the pit. Who takes this, though? Do you actually want to give it over to Donosveric? He's not picked it. He's got a full. Yeah, okay, he's got a full. Does he want to swap it out? Or is he just picking it up to pass over? Maybe passing it over to the Death Prophet. The fear would be nice. Especially, again, on the leaner past that BKB, around that BKB. Just be able to get the fears off. Because it seems like the Death Prophet is being jumped in every single fight because of the exorcism going. You know, you do want to be taking that sustained damage out as quickly as possible. So, you can see that the jumps coming through HF, even when the engage comes out, they want to target down Dodrin. I'm surprised. Yeah, okay, he's going to be going for it now. He actually went for the Sanjin Kaya. So, he was looking at that for his survivability. He's just going to go for the cloak as well. But it is going to be that shard for Dodrin. So, they have the fear coming out from the Death Prophet. And then soon to be a BKB as well. Which I really do think needs. Just being over-controlled in these fights. And the more he can get off with the Exorcism as well as the Spirit Siphons and Crypt Forms going, the better it is will be for Rise. Blizzy, he wants that heart. You know, skipping the line to the Wizard of Oz. Just going to try and buy one from the shop, which it is going to be nice. Again, just being able to jump in, be this big, beefy, tanky boy with the Crimson Guard as well as the heart, the plate mail coming through as well. So I wonder if he turns that into, I wonder if anyone turns those into the Shivas. I can understand, actually going to go for the Overwhelming Blink onto the Centaur first. I can understand why Dodrin wants to go for the BKB first, but I would expect maybe an AC, in fact, maybe the Lotus for Blizzy with his plate mail. No, it is going to be the Shivas for the Centaur. I suppose he does get himself to the front line, gets himself in and around the heroes on the side of HF, so the best choice for the Shivas. And then maybe Dodrin goes for the Lotus. He does want to be going for a shot as well. Toshibi, how's he looking? He's still going towards the BKB. And again, I wonder if he splits the Echo Saber, because this Tiny, not really having a great time. This was a mid-lane Tiny. He's sitting on 10k net worth, even the Centaur on 17k. Toshibi just really not having a good time in this game. As it looks like with this Aegis Rise, want to continue to pressure. What they do is Shadow Step, it comes in. You get the chase down now as well. Yeah, Toshibi, they actually want to go for this. They could try and go for the TP, but where's the control? They don't have it. And now the chase out, Weeben in the trees. He's going to be looking for the TP out now as well. Telekinesis this time. It is going to be the... So at least they get the kill onto the Hoodwink. The kill onto the Tiny, because of that dieback potential, would have been nice. But they just couldn't get there in time to catch him out. Even the Stampede, not enough to get in there, get that telekinesis off, and get the lockdown onto the Tiny. Who is... Actually, yeah, he did split the Echo. It's a long time coming, but he does have that fresh BKB out, splitting off the Echo Saber. To make sure he gets that BKB.
Life.
And now Rise again, smoked up, hunting us for. Can he find it? So he's going to be playing that Canary in the Coal Mine so well. Did he get the ping? Archangel. Not invis without the trees, mate. Smoke's going to break high ground. The jump comes in. They're going to be able to get the stun up. And I think that was an early Greaves there as well from the Undying. It was. Not even Undying. He's only got Greaves and a stick. Playing that true position 6. Archangel with the blink die. Even God, look at the net worth difference in terms of items. Yes, okay, the Greaves, super expensive. But Trink getting a whole more utility out with the shard, with the blink dagger, to be able to get in, get that lockdown, and he's got that living armor to heal up his teammates.
Dire's bottom tower
Lizzie
is under
just
attack.
going to tank the tower if he needs to. The Storm comes in. They're going to be able to get the catch out. Hoodwink too far forward. With some choice words after the death as well. But the overwhelming blink as well coming out from the Centaur. Going to be really nice for the Centaur. Again, the survivability, 4k health.
Radiant's middle tower
With
is
34
under
armor.
attack.
Exorcism
Radiant's
fortification does
structures
get
are
used.
fortified.
As Toshibi, he's trying to cut the creep wave as well. So they're not going to have any creeps to push into this. The backdoor protection should start up, but he wants to get the dive in. Denozric, does he get the catch? Toshibi, does he get himself out? He doesn't. He's dead. 78 seconds as the Aegis does get reclaimed, but he still has 2 minutes left before his buyback's off cooldown. That is a big pickup there from the side of Rise. And yeah, the Horn is still available. So if they can get another dive in. Archangel, though, he might see the TP from the Nature's Prophet. Is this going to be bait? Dodrin's already in. They get the Hex off. They're going to have the control, but the LSA, it does connect. And they go for even more of this Proletariat. You're going to be controlled up by the Telekinesis. And now Denozric, he's just bouncing himself around. Even the Tombstone going to be cleaned up here from the Spectre. Pops that Mantis Style, going to be taking a lot of damage. Blade Mail does get popped. Lina wants to go for the chase down. There's going to be the Overgrowth coming out. And Johnny now, he might even be able to get the kill. Dodrin might be... No, he's going to be fine. The Overgrowth, it keeps the Spectre alive because look at how much damage he was taking there from the Lina.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, Johnny, top of the net worth. Got that Satanic, got the Silver Edge coming out as well with the Scary. So can really mess up the Spectre and chase her down. Because Spectre, no BKB. Trying to use that Manta Style as effectively as possible with no BKB. It means if you do get hit, if you do get slowed down, you're going to be left wide open. Just like an Undying. That gets caught out and killed off. Yeah, Rise, 39 minutes in, starting to take over this game. Johnny, looking towards the Gleipnir. I completely forgot about that item, but yeah. Especially again, without BKBs in these fights. Just Dodrin's already used this, so down to 8 seconds, but without the BKB, so that is going to be some good control. Up against the Spectre, the Witchbane though. I love this item. Up against the Lina as well. The Hex comes out. Did they actually get the chase down? Silence now as well with the Bushwhack. Onto Dodrin. Dodrin doesn't have that BKB. 7 seconds. They're taking a lot of burst damage. Telekinesis to try and save him. And they're running away. The Root came out from the Wrath of Nature. This one Treant as well, trying to go for the chase down. But it does get cleaned up. Yeah, did he keep the Witchbane? He did. So the Purge is going to be nice. Again, the damage that it does, because Johnny's going to be rocking a massive mana pool, 2k mana, and you do 4% of that on every hit as well. Not just like 4% as like a burst or something, just 4% every hit in terms of mana. So, yeah, Spectre with another tool to try and burst down this Lina. Even the Nature's Prophet, you know, 1700 mana. It is going to be fairly deadly. So Archangel, how's he looking? He's looking towards the Ags. So he wants those eyes in the forest coming out. He wants to see where HF are moving around. Speaking about HF moving around, there's going to be the 2-man smoke coming through. The blink forward though, the 4-staff. Do they get the catch? He might have caught out the Tiny once again. Tombstone gets dropped here, and there is going to be the Horn. It's going to be diving himself forward, or is he? He get the kill onto Pro. They're going to be going for even more now. The Undying gets caught out. He's going to be killed off. They're going to be able to clean up 3-4 heroes here. Weavian, he's going to be the next one to fall. No buyback on the Undying. No buyback on the Nature's Prophet. No racks to go. Exorcism is still going. It's about 3/4 of the way through. No backdoor protection here now as well. No fortification. HF, they're going to be losing the lane of racks. Really nicely done. From the side of Rise. They're just catching everyone but the Lina. The Lina pops the, you know, the Silver Edge gets the walk away, but everyone else gets caught out. And now, Rise just going to be able to take over this base.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
So,
Radiant's bottom
HF.
barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks.
How did we defend this? Again, no Nature's Prophet for the next 26 seconds. No Undying for 38. They at least do have a tier 2 tower on the top lane. And Johnny's going to be careful here, trying to farm through the dire jungle. But if he gets caught out, he does have his buyback. So that is one upside to the laner here, being able to farm through. If he does get caught out, he can buy back, but he wants to be buying out for the Gleipnir, I imagine. Which he does have the gold for, but not enough for the Gleipnir and the buyback. And maybe Johnny worries here with the 2 lanes of racks going down, that buyback might be more useful at defending his base if they do start to get overwhelmed from the side of Rise.
Dire are
Pro.
scanning.
Has himself the Melania. Yeah, Spectre has the Basher as well. Scardy coming out for the Spectre at some point. Again, does he want to buy out for that? Or does he want to save a buyback? Because there is still a tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. If they lose the fight on the Radiant side as well, it's going to take some time to catch up. But he is level 27, so it's going to be a decent death timer here on Nosric. As Roche, the big man, is going to be back up in the next 14 seconds or so. So let's see here. How do they play into this on the side of HF? It looks like they're just trying to use the Nature's Prophet to push out the lanes, which makes sense. With him having the global teleportation, if things do kick off. And I don't know if anyone saw, but Lina, yeah, it's not going to be the Gleipnir. In fact, sails the Maelstrom altogether. Lina has the Rapier.
Radiant are scanning.
Okay, so it looks like HF, they're looking for the potential last stand. And Johnny, he just wants to be absolutely chunking down heroes here with the Rapier.
Rock'em sock'em.
Let's see though. Smoke's going to break. Does he get the blink in? Where are they going to be going? This Tombstone gets dropped. There's going to be the Haunted now as well. Do they have the control to get on top of Shani? As it looks like they actually want to go onto the Undyne. He evades the Bushwhack here now as well. Undyne chased down. BKB comes out. Dodrin looking for the damage onto the Undyne. The Undyne will eventually tick down. And can they go for more? But Shani, he's trying to look for these right clicks now as well. Do they have the control? The BKB's going. Shani with the Nosric. He wants to get himself on top of Proletary here. And the Death Prophet still doesn't go down. They can go in even further. They do finally lose Dodrin. Prophet could have buy back. Centaur War on it. Oh, the Crimson Guard, that amount of health. It's not going to be... No, he gets to stomp off. They're going to be able to get the jump on. Do they get the reveal onto Shani? Shani can get himself away from this and damage again onto the Centaur with 3 heroes stacking up. They turn that fight around. They take down 3. And do they want to go for more? Because they are going to be looking to lose the base if they do step out too much further. And it did cost them a buyback on the Prophet there as well. And Rise, they took 3 kills. They forced out a buyback. They've not lost the Roche just yet. And only losing 3 heroes, no need to buy back. They lost it on the Radiant side of the base with super creeps pushing in these lanes. So they don't really need to rush these buybacks. They do, however, need to be aware that Roshan can be done. They have this tree down. So they're going to see Shani in the pit. Oh, they're going to jump. They take down Weeby and Shani. You need to move yourself away from this one, but you don't have that BKB for 18 more seconds. And if they do the damage, the illusions now. Taking down Shani, though. He's going to be able to turn to Nosric. Can he get himself away from this one? He's already used the Mantis Tail, so the Force Staff comes out. But look at the damage. The jump in now. I think the LSA, was that the stolen LSA it was? If they get this kill onto the Nature's Prophet, that's going to be a dieback here. He's not going to be able to get himself right back into this fight. Death Prophet coming up in 15 seconds now as well. Exorcism will be available. Meanwhile, this is going on. The base is pushing in on the side of the Radiant. They want this Roche. They want it quick before they can lose the tier 4. Look at how quickly they're going to be able to rip through him, though. And with this Radiant, no, the Stomp comes in. Do they get it? Who's going to be able to pick up this Aegis? It looks like it's not being picked up by anyone just yet, and eventually the Nosric does pick it up. They're ripping through the Undying. And now Johnny, what can he do? They're going to be able to take down the tree, but is it going to be up? No, it's not. It's going to be stomped up. He's going to be cleaned up. It's going to be Rapier on the deck.
Radiant's middle tower.
And GG just gets called. Yeah, even Blizzy got the blessing. He picked up everything there in that rush. And Rise, it was looking... Early on, it was looking rough for them. You know, they were losing fights. They were, even on their own pickoffs, they were trying to get those jumps in, and they were just losing fights left, right, and center. And all of a sudden, it just clicks for Rise. They were able to get themselves back into it. You know, they did the damage they needed, found those pickoffs, and all of a sudden, HF just did not have an answer back. Even in the fights, they were just trading off time after time after time, trading off the kills. And yeah, HF, even with the Lina, Zhani just wasn't able to do the damage. And they had the control on the side of Rise, even through the BKBs. Toshi B just never got going. You look at Arrow, the position 4. Hell, look at Black Archangel, the position 5 on the side of Rise. 10k net worth. Toshi B only had 12. Never really got himself in the game with the items, and was able to find the farm. Lina through the jungles, just finding the farm everywhere. Lost the rapier in the end there as well. Zhani thought he was going to be able to take that, and if he did have the, if he did get the pickup on the Aegis, maybe that goes the other way. But Blizzy just dove in like a madman, making sure he could just even try and deny it. The Sprout came out and no one was able to get towards it, so Blizzy had that time to swap out his items to be able to pick that one up, and all of a sudden it just turns on its head, and HF get taken down. So that is going to be game number 1, guys, but we are going to be taking a quick break before we get into game number 2 to see if HF, can they battle back, or Rise, will they take this in 2? We'll find out after the break.